every evening. Somewhere beyond the last mountain, beyond the quiet forests, and beyond the places marked on any map, there is a story waiting to be discovered. A story carried by the gentle wind. A story hidden beneath the glow of distant stars. A story that has been resting quietly, waiting for the perfect moment to be shared. Tonight, that story belongs to you. It begins in a forgotten valley where time moves slowly, where lanterns shine like small pieces of captured starlight, and where every peaceful path leads somewhere new. So let the world around you become quiet, and allow yourself to step softly into the lanterns of the silent valley. Welcome, dear listener, and thank you for joining me tonight. My name is Christian Ajabeng, and I am honoured to guide you through a peaceful journey into a world created for rest, comfort, and gentle dreams. Tonight's story is called The Lanterns of the Silent Valley. Before we begin, allow yourself to become comfortable. Let your body settle into a position that feels warm and relaxed. Allow your shoulders to soften, your hands to rest, and your breathing to become slow and natural. Take a quiet breath in and gently let it go. With each breath, allow the sounds of the day to move farther away. The thoughts, the worries of golden daffodils, and the little moments that have followed you from morning until now can slowly drift into the distance. There is nothing you need to solve tonight. Nothing you need to rush toward. For this moment you can simply rest. Beyond the familiar roads and the places we know, there is a hidden valley surrounded by ancient hills, where golden lanterns glow beneath a sky full of stars. A place where the rivers whisper softly, where the forests hold forgotten stories, and where every quiet step leads to a little more peace. Tonight, we will journey there together. So allow your imagination to open gently, like a door to a peaceful evening. And now, as the last light of the day fades away, our story begins. The journey to the silent valley began on an evening when the world seemed to move a little more slowly. Above the distant hills, the moon had risen quietly, spreading a gentle silver glow across the fields and winding paths below. The air was cool and peaceful, carrying the soft scent of wildflowers and the distant sound of a river moving patiently through the land. Far beyond the villages and familiar roads, there was a hidden trail that only appeared when the night was calm and the stars were bright. Few people had ever walked this path, not because it was dangerous, but because it waited for those who were ready to slow down and listen. The trail began beneath an old wooden sign covered with moss. The words carved into the wood were simple. Those who walk gently will find what the heart has been searching for. As you step onto the path, the ground feels soft beneath your feet. The earth is covered with tiny leaves that have fallen from the surrounding trees, and every step creates a quiet sound that blends with the peaceful rhythm of the night. There is no hurry here. The valley does not reveal itself all at once. It welcomes visitors slowly, allowing them to notice the little wonders along the way. A small stream appears beside the trail, reflecting the moonlight like a ribbon of glass. The water moves gently over smooth stones, creating a melody so calm that it feels as though the stream itself is humming an ancient lullaby. Nearby, tall trees stand like silent guardians. Their branches sway softly in the night breeze, and their leaves whisper stories from seasons long past. As you continue forward, the noise of the outside world begins to disappear. The busy thoughts of the day become quieter. The weight of unfinished tasks becomes lighter. And with every peaceful step, you feel yourself becoming more connected to the stillness around you. After walking for some time, you notice something glowing in the distance. At first, it looks like a single star resting near the ground. Then another light appears, and another. Slowly, a pathway of warm golden lanterns begins to reveal itself between the trees. The lanterns do not hang from branches or posts. They float gently above the path, moving with the breeze, as if they are guiding you forward. Their light is soft and welcoming, not bright enough to disturb the night, only bright enough to show the way. You follow the lanterns deeper into the valley, where the hills rise peacefully on either side and the sky stretches wide above you. Here, everything feels untouched by time. The valley breathes slowly. The river sings quietly. The lanterns glow patiently, and somewhere ahead, hidden beyond the next gentle turn of the path, waits a place that has been waiting for your arrival for a very long time. A place where the first secrets of the Silent Valley are about to be revealed. But for now, you simply continue walking, slowly, peacefully, under the silver moon. The golden lanterns continued to drift ahead, guiding you deeper into the Silent Valley. With every step, the path became softer and quieter. The trees slowly opened, revealing a wide meadow covered in silver grass that moved gently with the evening breeze. Beyond the meadow, resting between two peaceful hills, was a small village. It was unlike any village you had ever seen. There were no loud voices, no hurried footsteps, and no bright lights competing with the stars above. Instead, the village rested peacefully beneath the night sky, glowing with hundreds of small lanterns placed along windows, doorways, and garden paths. Each lantern seemed to hold its own little warmth. Some glowed like the first light of morning. Some shimmered like the reflection of the moon on water. And some flickered gently, as though they were breathing with the quiet rhythm of the valley itself. As you approach the village entrance, you notice a wooden bridge crossing over a narrow stream. The bridge is old but strong, with smooth wooden boards shaped by many years of gentle footsteps. Beneath the bridge, the water flows slowly, carrying reflections of the lanterns downstream. You pause for a moment, the sound of the water, the whisper of the trees, the soft glow surrounding you. Everything feels peaceful. Everything feels exactly as it should be. On the other side of the bridge stands a small stone cottage covered with climbing vines and tiny white flowers. Beside the cottage sits an elderly keeper of lanterns, quietly tending to the lights that surround the village. The keeper smiles as you approach, as though your arrival was expected. "Welcome to the Silent Valley," the keeper says softly. The voice is calm and gentle, carrying the same peaceful feeling as the river and the wind. For many years, these lanterns have watched over this valley. They shine not because the night is dark, but because every traveller deserves a little warmth along their journey. You look around at the glowing village. The lanterns hang peacefully above the paths. The gardens rest beneath the stars. The homes sit quietly, each one filled with a feeling of comfort and belonging. The keeper gestures toward the village road. "Walk slowly," the keeper says. The valley reveals its wonders only to those who take the time to notice them. And so you begin to walk. There is a small bakery where the scent of warm bread drifts through the open window. There is a garden filled with flowers that only bloom beneath moonlight. There is a quiet library where old stories sleep safely on wooden shelves. Every corner of the village seems to hold a memory. Every path seems to tell a story. But what feels most special is not the lanterns themselves. It is the feeling they create. It is the feeling they create. A feeling that you are welcome. A feeling that you have arrived somewhere peaceful. A feeling that, for tonight, you do not need to search for anything. You can simply be. As the night grows deeper, the keeper leads you toward a small resting place at the edge of the village. A comfortable chair sits beneath a large tree facing the valley below. From here, you can see the lanterns glowing like a field of gentle stars. The keeper places one small lantern beside you. This lantern has no flame, the keeper whispers. It shines with memories of peaceful moments. You hold the lantern carefully, and as its gentle glow surrounds you, you feel the quiet of the valley settle even deeper. The journey has only just begun. There are still many paths to discover, many stories waiting beneath the stars. But tonight, in this village of gentle lights, you are exactly where you are meant to be. The night in the silent valley continued peacefully. From the small resting place beneath the ancient tree, you watched as the lanterns of the village swayed gently in the evening breeze. Their golden light moved like a quiet river flowing through the darkness, creating patterns of warmth across the paths and gardens. The keeper of lanterns remained nearby, allowing the silence to speak. There was no need for many words here. In the silent valley, even quiet moments had their own meaning. After some time, the keeper gently lifted the small lantern beside you and began walking toward a narrow path that curved behind the village. "Come," the keeper whispered. "There is a place I would like you to see." You follow slowly. The path behind the village is different from the one you arrived on. It is lined with tall flowers that open only at night. Their petals glow softly beneath the moonlight, creating a peaceful trail of silver and blue. As you walk, you notice that the air feels different here. It feels lighter, softer. Almost as if the valley itself is welcoming you deeper into its hidden places. After a gentle walk, the path opens into a beautiful garden. The keeper calls it the garden, where dreams rest. At first, you see only rows of flowers stretching beneath the stars. But as you look closer, you notice something extraordinary. Each flower carries a tiny glow inside its petals. Some shine brightly, some glow quietly, some seem almost asleep, waiting patiently beneath the night sky. These flowers, the keeper explains, hold the peaceful dreams of those who have visited the valley. You look around the garden with wonder. A flower near the path glows with the memory of a child laughing beside a river. Another shines with the feeling of a warm home on a rainy evening. Another carries the quiet comfort of someone watching the stars while feeling completely at peace. The garden does not hold dreams of great adventures or distant treasures. It holds the simple moments. The moments that make the heart feel calm. The moments that remind us that peace can be found in small things. The keeper invites you to walk between the flowers. As you move through the garden, The gentle scent of blossoms fills the air. A soft breeze passes through the leaves. Somewhere nearby, a night bird sings a slow and beautiful song. The melody rises and falls like a lullaby carried by the wind. You find a small wooden bench beneath a flowering tree. The keeper gestures for you to sit. Above you, the branches form a natural shelter, and through the leaves, you can see countless stars shining in the sky. Many travelers arrive here, carrying thoughts from the outside world. The keeper says, they bring memories of busy days, unfinished plans, and things they cannot change, but the garden teaches them something important. The keeper pauses. The night does not ask the stars to hurry. The river does not rush toward the sea, and the flowers do not force themselves to bloom before their time. They simply exist in the moment they were given. You sit quietly, allowing these words to settle. The valley feels peaceful around you. The lanterns glow in the distance. The flowers sway gently. The stars watch silently from above. And for a while, there is nothing else to do. No destination to reach, no question to answer, only the gentle comfort of being here. As the night deepens, one small flower beside the bench begins to glow a little brighter. The keeper smiles. This one, the keeper says softly, belongs to you. You look at the flower. Its light is warm and steady. It does not shine loudly. It does not demand attention. It simply glows, quietly, patiently, like a reminder that peace is always waiting somewhere within you. And beneath the moonlit sky of the silent valley, you rest for a little while longer. Listening to the garden breathe, feeling the lanterns glow, and knowing that the journey is continuing exactly as it should. The garden where dreams, rest slowly faded behind you as you continued your journey through the silent valley. The keeper of lanterns walked beside you, carrying the small glowing lantern that had been waiting for you beneath the flowering tree. Its gentle light moved softly across the path, creating a warm circle of brightness around each step. Ahead, you could hear the sound of water, not the rushing sound of a storm or a powerful river, but a quiet, peaceful melody. A river flowing as though it had all the time in the world. The path led you toward the heart of the valley, where the river of silver dreams curved between the hills. The river was unlike any river you had seen before. Its surface reflected not only the moon above, but also the countless stars scattered across the night sky. Looking into the water felt almost like looking into a window that opened into another peaceful world. The keeper stopped beside the riverbank. "This river remembers," the keeper whispered. You look at the flowing water, curious. Many years ago, travellers came to this valley, carrying memories from their journeys. They sat beside this river and shared their stories. The river listened carefully, and it has carried those gentle memories ever since. The water continued to flow quietly. As you watch, you begin to notice small moments appearing in the reflection. A traveller resting beneath a tree. After a long journey, a family sharing a quiet meal beneath warm lantern light. A gardener watching flowers bloom after many days of patience. A musician playing a soft melody beneath the evening sky. The river did not remember moments of greatness. It remembered moments of kindness, moments of peace, moments when someone felt grateful simply to be alive. You sit beside the river and allow your feet to rest near the cool grass. The air is calm. The hills stand silently around you. The stars shine gently above. For a while you do nothing but listen. The river moves slowly past the stones. The wind moves through the trees. The lantern beside you flickers softly. And little by little, the thoughts you carried from the outside world begin to feel lighter. The river seems to understand without needing to ask. It understands the tired moments, the busy days, the times when the mind feels full and the heart feels heavy. And as it flows, it seems to whisper, "You have arrived. You are safe here. You may rest now." The keeper sits beside you, watching the water. Every traveller believes they must find something when they begin a journey, the keeper says. But often, the greatest discovery is realizing what they can finally let go of. You look across the river. On the opposite bank, you notice another pathway illuminated by floating lanterns. It disappears between tall trees covered with soft green moss. The keeper smiles. That path leads toward the oldest part of the valley, the place where the first lantern was created. The first lantern, the words remain in your thoughts. A lantern that existed before the village, before the gardens, before all the stories carried by the river. A lantern said to hold the very first spark of peace that entered the silent valley. The keeper stands and gently offers you a hand. The journey continues. Together, you cross the small wooden bridge over the river. Each step is slow and peaceful. The water flows beneath you. The stars shine above you. And the lanterns guide you forward, toward the oldest secrets of the valley, toward the beginning of the light, and toward a place where the story of the silent valley has been waiting to be told. The path beyond the river of silver dreams was quieter than any path you had walked before. The lanterns that guided you were fewer now, placed carefully along the trail like gentle reminders that you were never truly alone. Their warm glow rested upon the moss-covered stones, revealing a way forward through the ancient forest. The trees here were older. Much older. Their trunks stretched high into the night sky, and their branches reached toward the stars, as though they had been watching the heavens for hundreds of years. The forest did not feel mysterious or frightening. It felt peaceful. Like entering a quiet room where a beautiful song had just ended. As you walked, the sounds of the village became distant. The laughter, the footsteps, the gentle movement of daily life. All of it slowly faded until only the sounds of nature remained. The whisper of leaves, the soft movement of the wind, the quiet rhythm of your own steps. After a long and peaceful walk, you reached the center of the ancient forest. There, beneath a circle of enormous trees, stood a small stone building covered with vines and flowers. At the entrance was a single lantern. Unlike the others in the valley, this lantern did not glow gold. It shone with a soft white light, calm and steady like the moon itself. The keeper of lanterns stepped forward. "This is where the first light began," the keeper said. "For generations, someone has cared for this flame and protected its story." The wooden door opened slowly. Inside was a simple room. There were no treasures, no jewels, no signs of great wealth. Only a small table in the center of the room, and upon that table rested the oldest lantern in the silent valley. It was small, almost ordinary, but the light inside it filled the entire room with warmth. Sitting beside the lantern was another keeper, an old guardian who had spent many years watching over the first flame. The guardian smiled gently as you entered. "Welcome," the guardian said. "Few travellers reach this place, not because the path is hidden, but because the journey requires patience." You sit quietly, listening. The guardian looks toward the lantern. Many believe this light was created to chase away darkness, but that is not its true purpose. The flame flickers softly. This lantern was created to remind people that even the smallest light can bring comfort. The guardian explains that long ago, the first traveller arrived in the valley carrying a tiny lantern through a difficult night. The traveller had no map, no clear destination, only a small flame, protected carefully from the wind. When the traveller reached the valley, they placed the lantern down and rested beneath the stars. Over time, others discovered the peaceful place. They followed the small light, they built homes, they planted gardens, they created songs. And slowly, the silent valley became a place where weary travellers could find rest. All because of one small flame. You look at the lantern and notice something beautiful. The flame does not burn fiercely. It does not reach high into the air. It simply glows. Quietly, faithfully. The guardian smiles. Peace is often like this lantern. It does not need to be loud to be powerful. It does not need to be seen by everyone to matter. Sometimes, the smallest moments of kindness become the brightest lights in someone's journey. The words settle gently into the quiet room. You remain there for some time, watching the flame. The longer you watch, the more peaceful you feel. The steady glow, the gentle warmth, the silence surrounding you. Everything seems to move at the perfect pace. Nothing is hurried, nothing is missing. Outside, the ancient trees sway softly beneath the stars. Of golden daffodils, the river continues its endless journey. The village lanterns continue their quiet watch. And deep within the heart of the silent valley, the first flame continues to shine, a small reminder that every peaceful moment matters, that every gentle act has meaning, and that even the smallest light can guide the way home. After some time, the guardian rises and opens a hidden doorway at the back of the room. Beyond, it is another path, a path leading higher into the hills, a path where the valley's oldest secrets still remain. The journey is not finished yet. The lanterns are still waiting, and beneath the endless sky, you continue onward. The hidden doorway behind the chamber of the first flame opened into a narrow pathway that climbed gently toward the highest hills of the silent valley. The guardian watched as you stepped forward. Beyond this path, the guardian said softly, you will find a place where the valley touches the sky. The words stayed with you as you continued upward. The path was not steep. It did not demand effort or hurry. Instead, it invited patience. Each step was slow and peaceful, allowing you to notice the small wonders along the way. Tiny flowers grew between the stones. Small streams crossed beneath the trail. The trees gradually became smaller as you climbed higher, opening the view toward the endless sky above. Behind you, the silent valley stretched peacefully below. You could see the village of gentle lights, glowing like a collection of fallen stars. You could see the river winding through the valley like a silver ribbon. You could see the gardens where dreams rested beneath the moonlight. Everything you had discovered was there, quietly shining together. And from this distance, you realize something. The valley had never been made special by its lanterns alone. The true beauty of the valley came from the peaceful moments created around them, the kindness shared, the stories remembered, the quiet places where people could simply rest. As you continued higher, the air became cooler and softer. A thin layer of mist surrounded the mountain path. The clouds moved slowly around you, floating like gentle waves in the sky. Soon, you reached a wide open space near the top of the mountain. There was a small wooden platform surrounded by smooth stones and wildflowers. At the center stood a tall lantern unlike any other. It was larger than the lanterns in the village, yet its light was still gentle. The keeper, who had followed quietly behind you, approached the lantern. "This is the lantern of the high mountain," the keeper whispered. "It watches over the entire valley." You look at the lantern as its light spreads across the clouds. For a moment, it feels as though the entire sky is glowing. The keeper explains that the lantern does not shine to show people where to go. Instead, it shines to remind them that they have already travelled far. Many visitors spend their lives searching for the perfect destination. They believe peace exists somewhere ahead, waiting at the end of a long road. But standing here, above the clouds, you begin to understand. Peace can also be found along the journey, in the quiet steps, in the moments of rest, in the gentle pauses between one place and the next. The keeper invites you to sit beside the mountain lantern. A soft blanket of grass rests beneath you. The clouds move slowly below the mountain. The stars appear closer than before. The world feels wonderfully still. You take a slow breath, and for a while you simply watch. The clouds drift, the lantern glows, the night continues. There is no need to hold on to yesterday. There is no need to reach for tomorrow. Only this peaceful moment exists. Only this quiet mountain beneath the endless sky. After some time, the keeper speaks again. Every traveller carries a lantern within themselves. You listen carefully. It is the light of patience, the light of kindness, the light that remains even during difficult nights. The mountain breeze moves gently around you, carrying the words into the open sky. You look down at the small lantern you received in the garden, where dreams rest. Its glow has become warmer, brighter, not because the flame has changed, but because you have learned to notice its light. The keeper smiles. The valley has shown you many places. The river showed you memories. The garden showed you dreams. The first flame showed you the power of small kindness. And now the mountain shows you the peace that comes from within. Above the clouds, beneath the stars, you remain seated for a while longer. The silent valley sleeps peacefully. Below, the lanterns continue to glow, and the quiet mountain holds this moment gently, as if it will remember it forever. When you are ready, the path downward will appear. But for now, you rest among the clouds. You listen to the silence. And you let the peaceful light of the valley surround you. The morning had not yet arrived, but the night was beginning to soften. From the mountain above the clouds, you watched as the first hints of light rested gently along the horizon. The stars still shimmered overhead, but they no longer felt distant. They felt close, like quiet companions who had walked beside you throughout your journey. The keeper of lanterns stood nearby, looking down toward the valley. below. "It is time to continue," the keeper said softly. "There is still one place the valley wishes to show you." A narrow path appeared beside the mountain platform. Unlike the path that brought you upward, this one curved gently through the hillside, leading toward a hidden meadow on the other side of the mountain. You begin your descent. The air grows warmer. The mist slowly disappears. And the sounds of the valley return. A distant river, the movement of trees, the soft songs of birds preparing for a new day. After some time, the path opens into a vast meadow. It is unlike any place you have seen before. The grass stretches endlessly beneath the sky, covered with tiny flowers that sway gently in the breeze. But what makes the meadow special is the sound. A quiet melody fills the air. Not one song, but many. Soft notes float around you like invisible ribbons. Some sound like the gentle humming of a mother. Some sound like a forgotten tune from childhood. Some sound like laughter from a peaceful afternoon long ago. The keeper smiles. This is the meadow of forgotten songs. You listen carefully. Why forgotten? You ask. The keeper looks across the meadow. Because these are the songs people carry in their hearts, but sometimes forget to hear. You walk slowly through the grass. As you move, the melodies change. One moment, you hear the sound of rain falling on a quiet roof. Another moment, you hear the crackling warmth of a fire on a cold evening. Another moment, you hear footsteps walking along a familiar path. The meadow does not create new memories. It simply helps old peaceful moments find their way home. You notice a small wooden bench beneath a wide tree at the center of the meadow. You sit there quietly. The songs continue around you. They do not demand attention. They do not ask you to remember everything. They simply exist. Like the stars, like the river. Like the lanterns, the keeper sits nearby. Many people believe memories are only important because of the events they contain, the keeper says. But sometimes the feeling left behind is what matters most. You listen as another melody passes through the meadow. A gentle tune, a comforting tune. A tune that feels familiar, even though you cannot remember where you have heard it before. Perhaps it belongs. It belongs to a peaceful evening. Perhaps it belongs to a place you once visited. Perhaps it belongs to a dream you once had. The valley does not explain everything. Some things are meant only to be felt. The breeze moves through the grass. The flowers sway slowly. The songs continue their quiet journey through the meadow. And you begin to notice something. The valley has been teaching you the same lesson in different ways. The river taught you to release. The garden taught you to appreciate. The mountain taught you to find peace within. And now the meadow teaches you to remember the gentle moments that have always been part of your story. The keeper reaches toward a small flower growing beside the bench. It carries no bright glow. It has no unusual shape. It is simply a beautiful flower resting peacefully beneath the sky. This is a reminder, the keeper says. Not every treasure needs to shine. You hold the flower carefully. It feels delicate, quay. Real, the meadow continues singing around you. Slowly, your thoughts become calmer. Your breathing becomes softer. The peaceful rhythm of the valley surrounds you. For a while, you remain there. Listening to forgotten songs, watching the flowers move, feeling the gentle warmth of the morning that is slowly approaching. And as the first golden rays of sunlight begin to touch the distant hills, you realize something important. The silent valley was never truly hidden. It was always waiting inside the quiet moments you carried with you. The lanterns only helped you see it. The journey continues. But now you carry a little more of the valley's peace with you. The first light of morning gently touched the silent valley. The golden glow of sunrise moved slowly across the hills, painting the landscape with soft colours. The lanterns that had guided you through the night began to dim, not because their light was disappearing, but because the valley was welcoming a new day. The meadow of forgotten songs rested quietly behind you as you followed the keeper along another peaceful path. This path was different. It was wider, older. The stones beneath your feet had been shaped by countless journeys, yet they remained smooth and welcoming. "Where are we going now?" you ask. The keeper smiles. "To a place that remembers what time often forgets." You continue walking through a quiet forest where the trees stand tall and graceful. Sunlight passes gently through the branches, creating patterns of light and shadow along the trail. After some time, you see a small house resting beside a peaceful lake. The house is simple. Its walls are made of warm wood. Its windows are round. Its garden is filled with flowers that bloom in every season. A small wooden sign hangs above the door. It reads, "The house, where time sleeps." The keeper opens the door slowly. Inside, everything feels still. Not empty, still. There is a comfortable chair near a window, a table with a cup of warm tea waiting beside it, shelves filled with old books, and a large clock resting on the wall, but the clock has no hands. You look at it curiously. The keeper notices. "This clock does not measure hours," the keeper explains. "It measures moments." You step closer. The clock begins to glow softly. Inside its glass, you see tiny images, moving like reflections on water. A child watching clouds move across the sky. A traveller resting beneath a tree. Someone smiling while sharing a quiet conversation. A person standing beside a window, enjoying the peaceful sound of rain. The clock holds ordinary moments. Small moments, moments that often pass unnoticed. People spend so much time counting the days, the keeper says, but they sometimes forget to truly experience them. You sit beside the window and look out toward the lake. The water is perfectly calm. A gentle breeze moves across the surface, creating small waves that disappear almost as quickly as they appear. The keeper places a cup of warm tea beside you. The scent is comforting, soft, familiar. You hold the cup in your hands and feel its warmth. Nothing extraordinary is happening. And yet, everything feels special. The quiet room, the peaceful lake, the gentle morning light, the simple comfort of resting. The keeper sits nearby. This house was created for travellers who need to remember something important. You listen. Rest is not a pause from life. It is a part of life. The words settle into the room. Outside, birds begin their morning songs. The flowers move gently in the garden. The lake reflects the sky above. Everything continues naturally. Nothing is rushed. Nothing is forced. You remain by the window for a long while. Watching the world move peacefully. The clock without hands continues glowing. The house continues resting. And slowly, you understand why this place exists. The valley does not only welcome those who are searching. It welcomes those who need to stop searching for a while. Those who need a quiet place to breathe. Those who need a reminder that they are allowed to rest. After some time, the keeper opens a small drawer beneath the clock. Inside is a tiny wooden box. The keeper hands it to you. Every traveller receives something from this house. You open the box. Inside is a small piece of polished wood shaped like a leaf. It is simple, smooth, beautiful. What does it represent? You ask. The keeper smiles. It represents patience. Trees do not hurry to grow. Rivers do not hurry to flow. And the seasons do not hurry to change. Everything arrives when the time is right. You hold the wooden leaf carefully. The lesson feels gentle, not like something you must remember, more like something you already knew, but had forgotten. The day continues outside. The valley is awake now. The village lanterns are quiet. The river continues flowing. The gardens continue blooming. And the house where time sleeps remains peaceful beside the lake. When you finally step outside again, the keeper closes the door softly behind you. The journey is nearing its final paths, but there are still places left to discover, still stories waiting beneath the valley sky, and still a little more peace waiting for you ahead, the path beyond the house. Where time sleeps followed the edge of the peaceful lake, winding gently between fields of tall grass and flowers that moved with the morning breeze. The keeper of lanterns walked beside you in comfortable silence. There was no need for conversation. After everything the valley had shown you, the quiet itself had become a kind of language. The lake behind you slowly disappeared into the distance. The forest opened. The hills became softer. And ahead, you noticed something unusual. A warm golden light filled the horizon. At first, you thought the sun was rising. But as you continued forward, you realized this was not the light of morning. It was something else, something deeper, something that seemed to come from the valley itself. The keeper stopped at the entrance of a wide open field. "This is the Valley of Endless Dawn," the keeper said. You looked across the landscape. It was one of the most beautiful places you had ever seen. The sky above the valley held the gentle colours of sunrise, even though the day had already begun. Soft golden clouds floated peacefully overhead. The grass shimmered beneath the light, and flowers stretched across the land like a quiet ocean of colour. "This place holds the first moments of every new beginning," the keeper explained. "Every traveller who comes here carries something from their past. A memory, a lesson, a feeling. This valley helps them understand that every ending also creates a doorway to something new." You walk slowly into the field. The air feels warm, comforting, like the feeling of returning home after a long journey. As you move deeper into the valley, you notice small wooden bridges crossing gentle streams. Each bridge leads to a different part of the field. One path is lined with flowers. Another follows the edge of a quiet pond. Another disappears into a grove of ancient trees. The keeper gestures toward the paths. Each one represents a different journey. You look at the many directions before you. "But how do I know which path to take?" you ask. The keeper smiles. "The heart always knows the way when the mind becomes quiet enough to listen." You pause. You do not rush. You allow the peaceful feeling of the valley to guide you, and slowly, one path begins to feel right. It leads toward a small hill covered with wildflowers. Together, you walk upward. At the top of the hill, you find a simple wooden bench overlooking the entire valley. From here, you can see everything: the distant mountains, the shining river, the village of gentle lights, the gardens, the forests. Forests, the places that had welcomed you throughout the journey. You sit on the bench. The view is peaceful beyond words. The keeper sits beside you. Many travelers spend their lives searching for a place where everything is perfect, the keeper says. But the valley teaches something different. The keeper looks across the horizon. Peace does not come when everything becomes perfect. It comes when we learn to find beauty in the moment we are given. You watch the sunlight move across the fields. You think about the journey, the river that remembered, the garden where dreams rested, the mountain above the clouds, the house where time slept. Each place had offered a different gift, but all of them had shared the same message. Slow down, notice, appreciate Rhet. The keeper reaches into a small pouch and removes a tiny golden thread. This is the final gift of the Valley of Endless Dawn. You hold the thread gently. It feels light as air. What does it represent? You ask. The keeper smiles. It represents connection, the reminder that every peaceful moment is connected to another. A kind word can create another kind word. A moment of patience can create another moment of patience. A small light can help another light appear. The golden thread shines softly in your hand, not brightly, not dramatically, just enough. Like all the other gifts from the valley. Kie, still, meaningful. You remain on the hill for a long time. The breeze moves gently around you. The flowers sway below. The endless dawn continues glowing, and you realize that the valley was never trying to give you something new. It was helping you remember something you already carried. A place of peace. A place of stillness. A place you can return to whenever you close your eyes and listen. The keeper finally stands. There is only one place left to visit. You look ahead. Beyond the hill, a final path appears. It is lined with lanterns from every place you have visited. The lanterns of the village, the lanterns of the river, the lanterns of the mountain, all shining together. The keeper smiles. Come, the final chapter of your journey awaits. The final path of the silent valley, stretched gently before you. It was not a path you had walked before. And yet, somehow, it felt familiar. The lanterns that lined the way carried the memories of your journey. Each one held a soft glow from a place you had visited. The golden lights of the village, the peaceful reflections of the river, the quiet dreams of the garden, the steady flame of the mountain, the forgotten songs of the meadow, the stillness of the house beside the lake. All of them were here, not as reminders of places you had left behind, but as pieces of the journey you now carried with you. You walked slowly. There was nowhere else to be, nothing else to accomplish. The valley had taught you that the most meaningful journeys are not measured by how quickly they are completed. They are measured by the moments we truly experience along the way. As you followed the lantern path, the keeper walked beside you. The two of you moved quietly beneath the open sky. The morning light had fully arrived now, but the valley still carried the gentle feeling of the night. The stars had disappeared, yet their peace remained. The lanterns still glowed, even beneath the sunlight. Finally, of golden daffodils, the path led you to a small hill at the very centre of the silent valley. At the top of the hill stood a single tree. It was the oldest tree in the valley. Its branches stretched wide above the land, and beneath it rested a small wooden table. On the table was an empty space. The keeper looked at you. This is where every journey through the silent valley ends. You look at the empty space on the table. "What belongs here?" you ask. The keeper smiles. "The lantern you have carried." You look down. The small lantern from the garden, where dreams rest gently in your hands. It has travelled with you through every place, through every lesson, through every quiet moment. The keeper speaks softly. When travellers first arrive in the valley, they believe the lantern is meant to guide them, and it does. But eventually they discover something more. The keeper looks toward the valley below. The lantern was never only showing them the way, it was teaching them how to recognize their own light. Slowly you place the lantern on the wooden table beneath the ancient tree. For a moment, nothing happens. Then the lantern begins to glow, not brighter, not stronger, just more peacefully. Its light blends with the light of every lantern throughout the valley. The village, the river, the mountain, the gardens, the forests, everything becomes connected. A single gentle glow spreads across the silent valley. And in that moment, you understand. The valley was never a place you simply visited. It was a feeling, a reminder. A quiet place within yourself, where peace could always be found. The keeper stands beside you. You may return whenever you need. You look around. But how will I find the path again? The keeper smiles. You will not need to search for the valley. A gentle breeze moves through the ancient tree. You will find it whenever you slow down, whenever you listen, whenever you remember the quiet light you carry inside. You stand beneath the tree for a while longer. The valley rests peacefully around you. The river flows. The flowers move. The lanterns shine. Everything continues in perfect harmony. Eventually, the path that brought you here begins to appear once more. It is time to return, but you do not leave the silent valley behind. You carry its lessons. You carry its calm. You carry its gentle light. As you walk back through the valley, the lanterns along the path seem to whisper one final message. Rest when you need to. Be patient with your journey. Notice the beauty around you, and remember, even the smallest light can guide you home. The silent valley remains beneath the endless sky, waiting quietly, peacefully, until the next time you close your eyes and return. And now, the journey through the silent valley begins to settle into a peaceful memory. There is nowhere else you need to go. Nothing else you need to find. The lanterns have shown you the way. The river has carried away what you no longer need to hold. The garden has reminded you of the beauty hidden in simple moments. The mountain has shown you the quiet strength that lives within you. And now, beneath the endless sky, you can simply rest. Imagine yourself once again beneath the ancient tree at the heart of the valley. The grass beneath you is soft. The air around you is gentle. The lantern beside you glows with a warm and comforting light. It does not ask anything from you. It does not need you to do anything, it simply shines. Quietly, but peacefully. The valley around you begins to grow softer, The distant hills become gentle shapes beneath the sky. The river continues its slow journey, moving over smooth stones and carrying peaceful reflections of the stars. The flowers in the garden sway softly in the breeze. The village lanterns glow one by one, creating a path of warmth through the valley. Everything is calm. Everything is safe. Everything is exactly as it should be. Lend yourself to breathe slowly. Feel the peaceful rhythm of the valley surrounding you. With every breath, you become more relaxed. With every moment, the sounds of the outside world grow quieter. The thoughts of the day begin to drift away. The things you completed, the things you did not finish, the things waiting for another day, they can all rest now. You can rest now. The silent valley has no clocks, no rushing footsteps, no demands, only gentle moments unfolding naturally. Like the river flowing, like the clouds moving, like the stars appearing one by one across the night sky. You are allowed to move at your own pace. You are allowed to pause. You are allowed to simply be. The keeper of lanterns sits nearby, watching the peaceful valley. There is no need for words. The quiet is enough. The lanterns continue to shine. A soft golden glow surrounds you. A feeling of comfort, a feeling of warmth, a feeling of being exactly where you belong. And as the night becomes deeper, the valley becomes even quieter. The trees rest beneath the moon. The flowers close gently. The river whispers its final lullaby. The lanterns slowly become softer, their light becoming a peaceful glow, a gentle memory, a quiet dream. You begin to drift along the peaceful path of sleep, slowly, comfortably, easily. The silent valley remains around you. The ancient mountains stand peacefully. The stars watch from above. The lanterns continue their gentle watch, and you are carried deeper into rest. There is nothing to hold on to, nothing to figure out, nothing to chase. Only this moment, only this calm, only this quiet light as your breathing becomes slower, as your body becomes heavier, as your mind becomes peaceful. The valley welcomes you. The lanterns surround you. The stars above whisper softly. You are safe. You are calm. You may rest. And somewhere beyond the last mountain, beyond the quiet forests, beyond the places shown on any map, the silent valley continues to glow, waiting patiently, peacefully, until another evening, when another journey begins. But for now, sleep gently, dream peacefully, and let the quiet light guide you home.